Hey yo, this is not for the culture, by
Hey,
the way. This is not for the culture, by the way, man. This is our
yeah.
live.
What was going on there with that?
Yeah, man. Benny's out of the country or wherever he's at. He's at an undisclosed location. You know what I mean? He's West Coast Benny now. So he's not available to run things. So he got me on it, man. You know what I mean? What's going on, CB?
It's another fun week here in Houston. It's cold. It's cold in the mug out there. It's windy, but
Cold. It's cold. 60.
no, we like 30 out here right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cold.
Okay.
It was like 18 last week. But another good week. Miami, we landed some help. So that's always good. Junior Day coming up. We had some cool visitors as of late. Um, so that's awesome. Did a recording with a four-star offensive lineman Caden Strayhorn from IMG Academy before this. And he'll be visiting on Junior Day. So just grinding, grinding, grinding.
That's what's up, Poke, man. You don't got the fitted on or nothing. I haven't seen you without your fitted on, man.
No. You hear me all right?
Yeah,
I
man,
got
you good.
folks
How you
stressed
doing?
out, no fitted today.
Yeah,
No,
what's going on? Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
What's going on, man?
I'm in mourning. My Bucks lost.
Ah,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
join me on the sideline, baby.
It's
Yeah.
all good. Yeah, man. They put up a fight though. You know what I mean? They put up a fight.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
had a
mean?
chance. I had a chance at the end.
Yeah. No moral victories though. You
Nah,
know what I mean?
nah.
Who y'all got? Who y'all got? I asked the chat, man. Who y'all got? The Bills or the Chiefs? Who y'all got?
Y'all see this comment?
I got the Bills.
You got the Bills.
Yeah.
What happened?
Somebody said Polk Kane is daddy.
What?
Okay, and his daddy.
Dog, lives be wild.
Who was that? Oh, I see
Fresh
it now.
3542. I
Yeah,
got
Bill.
Baltimore winning the Super Bowl, man.
Who you got in this game, B? That's what we talking about. This game coming up. Chiefs, Bills. Who you got?
I got the Bills because if Josh Allen don't win this, I think people need to start having that Dak Prescott type conversation about Josh Allen. So I think Josh Allen need this dub,
I think that needs to happen anyway.
but it's not happening.
Josh Allen over the last 5 years has the most interceptions in the league, man.
But it's not
Normally.
happening. And if he loses again, I think it needs to start happening. So I think he needs to get this dub. And for Stephon Diggs, it's mental health, fam.
Yeah,
I ne-
that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about.
for Stephon Diggs is personal well being. That's one of my favorite football players. So
Yeah,
I'm rooting for the Bills. I don't really have any guys on the Chiefs that I like root for like that. So
yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
for the
That's what's
Bills.
up. Chat, man. Please, thank you. We got what 40 in here now, man. Please hit the like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, man. Please keep commenting. Um, so since the last time we spoke, how many portal guys we got that came in? About two, three,
Two, I
Let's
think, right?
two at
see.
least. Yeah. How you say his name, CB? Michelle.
I ain't never heard it said.
Just say
Okay.
Mish.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
just
it's
go with.
Michelle Powell. I
Okay.
think it's Michelle. I think it's
Let's
Mish
go
Michelle
Mish.
Powell.
Mishael, I think, maybe.
Yep.
Absolute animal.
DB from Washington. A former walk-on, and he just played his way into significant playing time, and he played in the championship game. So um, who else did we get?
That running back,
Right, from Florida
Rodney Hill.
State,
Rodney Hill, yeah.
Rodney
Let's see.
Hill.
Oh,
Man,
Rodney Hill, yeah.
what you think of Rodney Hill, CB?
I like him as a back. He's slippery. He runs hard, man. Like you watch, he didn't get a ton of carries at Florida State. I think it was 77 total. 38 this past year, 38 for like 344, something like that. So he did really well this year, averaged like 9 yards a carry. Um, He's quick. He's got bursts. Pulled up in his I thought CV was playing a flute with his mic being the way it is. Lives are wild.
Caesar, what
Yo
up,
said he
man?
thought I was in here with the Lizzo. That's hilarious. I have a dragon dagger somewhere, and I promise on one of these streams, I'm gonna pull up with it. But yeah, no, Hill's a good complete back, man. Pass pro, he's really good in pass pro. Good receiver out the backfield. He's quick, he's shifty, he's got some speed in the open field, but he runs hard.
Yeah.
Runs physical, finishes. I think he's a solid back. I mean, you can never have too many backs, man. Running backs are like socks. You can never have too many of them. You like to have a good deep rotation too. We saw what happened last year. Hoodie girl in the building. Go follow the
Hey, what
Buckets
up, Woody?
pod right now. Best
Yep,
hoops
yep.
pod in the game.
That's right.
Also, Hoodie girl, while you're in the chat, the other day in my live, we came up with an idea. Before the ACC basketball tournament, we need to send Hoodie girl on like an excursion to every podcast. Like she need to do You Heard, CIS, Cafecito, Miami Flow, just to update everybody on Kane's hoops before the ACC basketball tournament. But back to Hill, I like him as a back. I think he's slippery. I think he's good. We saw last year that 1 or 2 injuries can hurt you in the backfield, so it never hurts having a guy that has that Power 5 experience, has ran the ball well successfully against programs like LSU, and so I like the pickup. A PWO that could earn himself a scholarship.
Yeah.
Depending on how he works out here. And I like a guy that's gonna bet on himself like that too. Like bet. Let me come earn something. I ain't got no problem with it.
Yeah, I
Guy
think he
runs
can
hard,
contribute in the I think he can contribute in the return game as well. He definitely has experience there, and he can block. You know what I mean? He can block. He's a veteran. He has experience, man. What you think, Pope? You watched him?
Yeah, I saw just some of the highlights and stuff that I've seen. Dude runs hard, man.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't afraid to hit people either. I've seen him, run through some dudes.
Yeah.
And like CB said, he's slippery, man. He can find holes and make something happen, make some plays.
Yeah. Yeah. See, it's messed up, but here's how my mind thinks, man. When I saw that, I was like, yo, this has to be, because it was weird. It just happened out of the blue, right? Nobody heard about it, nothing.
It's weird.
I think like, hey, man, they sending an operative over, to get this offense, you know what I mean? And report back. You know what I mean? That's how my mind works. Because why? It's odd to me that he would transfer here for PWO. He was on scholarship there. He would transfer here, not on scholarship. It's odd to me.
I don't know. Maybe that just.
Well, yeah, he transferred to FAMU first.
What do you mean?
So when he first entered the portal, he transferred to FAMU. He committed to FAMU, and then he decommitted from FAMU. It could have been a situation where sometimes guys bet on themselves. Maybe the portal wasn't as big for him as he thought it was going to be. Didn't really have the production. You know what I mean? So it could have been a situation where somebody in his ear was like, yo, we can go here, here, and here.
Yeah.
Then you hit the portal, and maybe, the grass wasn't as green. So maybe his idea is instead of going to, lesser competition, let me bet on myself because I know I'm like that. Let me, you know what I'm saying? It could be that. Because if he goes to FAMU, the goal is to ball out and then get back to a Power 5. That's transferring back and forth. Maybe his idea is, let me bet on myself. Again, 1 or 2 injuries, one talented rep away from being on scholarship and being one of the guys in the backfield, especially in a position like running back, man.
We know how many years he has left?
I think he has 3.
Wow.
I think he has 3. I think hold on, because I did look it up, and I included it in my tweet. I think.
So with that being said, Pope, so that's another running back in the room, and there's rumblings. I'm not gonna say nothing because I don't want to jinx it.
Right.
But there's rumblings that another running back too. So there's rumblings that another. Somebody in the chat said 3.
3 years. He's got 3 years left.
3 years. Yeah, 3 years. I'm looking at Life Wallet's tweet right now. 3 years.
Okay. All right.
So I was about to say, Joe.
there's rumblings that another running back may come through. So who's leaving? Somebody leaving.
Yeah.
Somebody's leaving.
Somebody already left. Chaney left.
Somebody else. We got 1 in and 3. What, 1 out and 3 in? 2 in?
Yeah.
Why you doing this to me, dog?
Yeah.
Why you doing this to me, bro?
Somebody got to go. Somebody got to go.
Somebody
All right,
has
let's
to.
take a look at it.
All right. So somebody fresh to saying Parrish.
Allen.
No.
You think Allen?
No.
I'm just listing names.
Who we
Not
think?
AJ Allen. Not Sweet Feet. Don't I serve a couple motherfuckers up before it's Sweet Feet. You understand me?
I would say Parrish too. Maybe even Citizen.
Yeah, that's I'm thinking if that, because it seems to me that the injury he had was very, very serious. You know what I mean?
Well,
very
he didn't see the field for 2 years.
Yeah. So, and that, so
all right.
What you looking at, CB? What you got?
Currently on the roster right now, AJ Allen, Javonte Citizen, Mark Fletcher Jr., Kyan Gibbs, who I think is a walk-on, Chris Johnson, Henry Parrish, Mike Pirano, who's a walk-on, James Reynolds, a walk-on, Terrell Walden, he nice with it, but he's a walk-on. And then you add Jordan Lyle and Chris Wheatley Humphrey. So I don't see why somebody got to bounce.
Nah, you didn't add the new. You did. Did you add
Jordan Lyle, Chris Wheatley Humphrey,
and Rodney Hill,
and Rodney Hill.
Yeah,
and possibly another.
Look, man, I ain't dealing with possibilities with you tonight because that's a sore topic.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. If the possible comes through, somebody has to go. Like that.
I see Citizen wanting a fresh coat of paint.
Yeah.
Just going somewhere where the staff don't know his history like that. You know what I'm saying? Where when he do take a hard hit in practice, everybody now breathing because they don't know. Sometimes just having just a fresh environment. Yeah, but he will be listed at running back, so that's where his spot count at.
Right. Right.
But I do agree, Hill is a bit of an athlete, and so is Hellcat. Hellcat's an athlete as well.
Definitely.
We still don't know if Hellcat's gonna play DB or slot receiver or running back. But after rushing for 2,000 yards, I don't care what he play.
And I don't think they don't. Anthony, they don't count against the numbers.
No, they don't.
85 Scully's spots, and then what is it, like 20 something walk-on spots for like 115 total, I think.
Yeah,
119 something.
I think we're gonna see some movement in April. I think we have to see movement in April, unless they're operating under whatever rules Texas is operating under with scholarships. Then I think
Texas got everybody.
Texas every other day get a new commit, and I'm
every other day. I'm looking at every time I open this app,
bro, and the team not even young. I'm like, where are y'all putting these people?
I do say everything's bigger in Texas, though. Well, they got 150 scholars out there.
Yeah, but I think we can get under that 8 without touching anybody that would bother anybody.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like if it's 8, if the number's 8, like I think we can get under that 8 without being like the Henry Parrish. Like I think.
But I think it's gonna be I think there's gonna be a few that we may be surprised by. You know what I mean? And we may be like, you know what I mean? I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
What room would you guess?
The DB room.
I tell you what.
Corner safety.
I tell you what. We lose a certain safety.
Listen, man. I'm telling you. It could happen. I think the receiver room will get touched too in April.
Yeah, I think it has to.
Yeah.
I think it has to.
Yep.
Yeah, receiver another one. I'm
So
sure we'll
look,
hear some names out of that room too. We're gonna be surprised with.
what room? Receiver room?
Yeah, come spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we lose one we won't want to. I have no idea who it is, but I feel like just with receiver, you know what I'm saying? That ego comes in where it's like you start looking at yourself on the depth chart and it's like, you know what?
I wish I could be out there in the spring, man, because I really want to see. I want to see Shamar Kirk. I just want to see him live. You know, I want to see.
Me
I want to
too.
see the young. I want to see CJ. I want to see Hellcat. Well, is Hellcat early enrollee? He's there, right?
Let me check.
I thought
I
he
got
was.
Booker Pickett wrong the other night. I've been saying Booker Pickett's an early enrollee and he's
No,
not.
he ain't. Nope.
Somebody corrected me on that.
Yeah, I want to see Chance, man. I want to see JoJo.
Yes, Chris is. So the early enrollees are Marquise Lightfoot, Armando Blunt, Zaquan Patterson, Nykar, JoJo Trader, Adarius Hayes, Elijah Lofton, Cameron Pruitt, Markel Bell, Derek Plaz, Dylan Day, Isaiah Thomas, Judd Anderson, Cole McConaughey, Chris Wheatley Humphrey, Nino Francavilla, and then the transfers, CJ Clark, Marley Cook, Zach Carpenter, Savion Riley.
So Anthony's saying AJ, Chris, and CJ are basically the same style of running back. So he thinks
disagree.
AJ leaves.
AJ, as in AJ Allen.
AJ is more physical, man. I think AJ is physical.
Allen to me is a bit more shifty, bit more physical of a runner. Whereas CJ is quick twitch and elite Olympic speed, and Chris Wheatley Humphrey is a bit different too. He's a bit more of your yards after contact, crazy balance, can bounce off tackles, does like this really cool spin move sometimes to evade contact. He's got crazy balance, and I think they do have different styles to me. AJ's a little bit more your prototypical, I formation back, whereas Chris Wheatley Humphrey, I call him like a slasher flanker, that style. And Chris Johnson is your typical DeAnthony Thomas speed back, what we used to call, the change of pace guy. I think they're different, especially when it comes to running backs. There are those small idiosyncrasies in their game that make different running backs just a little different. And I do think you get different styles with all three of them. You can get similar production out of them because of the speed. Hellcat reminds me of Jamar Gibbs. That's a great shout. That's a great shout. Jamar Gibbs, or you look at some of those athletes like Dexter McClutchin back in the day, guys like that, you know what I'm saying? Guys that are just weapons. That's who Hellcat reminds me of. Kind of like how you would have used like a Noel Devine. Now, he's not small like that, but those kind of weapons.
Any intel on Washington guard Kalepo Visit? Go Canes.
He's there.
Yeah, he's there. We know as of a couple hours ago, he's still on campus. Reports are saying that he's supposed to go to Ole Miss tomorrow for a visit. Who knows if he makes that visit?
Right.
Hopefully he doesn't. You know what I mean?
Called somebody who went and put like a chair on the outside of his hotel door. They wedged that motherfucker so he can't get out.
Yeah, 6'3", he gonna get out of there.
Yeah, nah, it's a good chair. It's a good chair. No, I think everything we all heard was positive. He was loving his visit. Loves the coaching staff. I did talk to a family member of his. So he was enjoying his visit. Loved Mirrorball, loved Cristobal. With these guys, it's different than recruiting visits for high school guys. It's more black and white. You know what I'm saying? Like they got clear set goals. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What do you see when you see my tape? What do you know what I'm saying? Like it's a little bit different than having a high school kid come in. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hear something soon, whether it's us or not, because of timing. I think the latest to commit to be able to report in the spring, I think it's Thursday.
I think it's Thursday. This Wednesday or Thursday.
So having him this late in the process is obviously a good thing for us.
Yeah, the 25th, Thursday.
25th. Yep. And don't forget the strong, Polynesian, culture on campus. You know what I
Yep.
mean? He's hanging out um with the brothers, brothers, Frankie Tenelau with
Frankie.
him,
Yep.
so yeah, big Joe, Coach Joe,
And
hanging
don't
out.
you can't rule out the fact that he's trying to do exactly what Cohen did last year.
Yep.
Improve his draft stock, improve his technique. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for Mirabal to be like, all right, sit down with me. Let me show you Cohen pre and post. And then Mirabal can just walk out the motherfucking room. You don't really gotta then you send the people who want to talk about NIL and all that stuff after. For Mirabal, all he got to do is go, this what Cohen looked like before I got him. This what Cohen looked like after. Here's Kane's connection. I'm out.
Facts.
It's not. It shouldn't be that hard.
Right.
Facts. It shouldn't be. But everybody wants something different.
Yes.
When people come as grad transfers or somebody looking for a different scenery, you got to find out what they're looking for, and you got to hit on those things immediately. You don't have a year or two to recruit somebody. He's ready to make a decision now. He needs to get enrolled, So, all right. So let's touch on the topic at hand for tonight, man. Playoffs.
I thought we were doing a defensive depth chart.
Playoffs. So it feels like to me that we've been conditioned as a fan base to not expect success. Like, we've been told that we don't have enough. We don't have the depth. We don't have the talent. The coaches that we're building culture where 2025 is the year.
That last one was a shot.
We've been told that, both of you. So, Poke, I want you to tell us why we're not going to make the playoff this year. CB, I want you to tell us why we are going to make the playoff this year.
Oof.
After you know what my take is.
Let's go. I want you to tell me.
After I got pan fried noodled on here for saying 2025.
Yeah, I want both sides of it. I want both sides of it.
You about to get me trolled.
Poke, you up. Why are we not going to make the playoffs this year, Poke?
That's a tough one because I think we are. But anyway.
All right, so we can go back. We can reverse order it because CB's on 2025, right? CB, you still on that timeline?
Yeah.
Okay, CB, tell us why we won't make the playoffs this year.
Because I think the nucleus still needs time. I think the most important nucleus and the most important core on this team is the 2023 class. I think that's why we put so much emphasis on the 2024 class, because that's the class that's going to support our nucleus. I think you see guys like Jaden Wayne, Ruben Bain, Antonio Tripp, Popo Aguirre, Damari Brown, Mark Fletcher. They would have been through the fire with each other for another year. These guys are juniors now. You know what I'm saying? For guys like Jaden Wayne, for guys like Ruben Bain, that's the money year. That's the year. That's the am I a top 5 or am I a top 5, top 10 pick, or am I coming back for my senior year? For guys like Damari, for guys like Popo, for guys like Marcelius, for guys like Martavius Bryant, that's money year. Their junior year is money year. And for the seniors that would have stayed along for one more year, think about the seasoning they've had, what they've been through these past 3 or 4 years, learning how to win, taking those painful losses, going 5-7, backdooring it with 7-5 when it probably should have been 8-4, 9-3. They're going to be battle tested. I think this year is a year where they try to figure out and learn how to win together. That's still going to come with some missteps because we're still going to be playing some freshmen from this class. A lot of those freshmen from last year are still young. They're still getting their feet. I think by their junior year, we see this fruit really ripen, because then we got the depth too, because then the 24 class is behind them. We've built the depth, but it's still so young. I think it's what 62 freshmen and sophomores. It's still so young. Give them another year to learn, to cook with each other, to lose together, to feel what it feels like to be almost there, to win the ACC, and or make it to the ACC championship game, and maybe they don't win it next year. I just think it just feels like the way the story is going. 2020. If you could write this story in a book, it feels like 2025 is where it peaks. It feels like 2025 is Act 3. It feels like Act 1 really was last year, rolling into this year. I feel like Act 2 was what we're seeing now. Number 3 recruiting class stacked on top of the big recruiting class we had last year. I think it's going to take time for everybody to gel, for everyone to really learn how to win and lose together as a brotherhood. That don't happen overnight. So I think next year, I think we're going to be in for a little bit of growing pains too. Again, if Pancake is the starting tackle now, that's his first year on the field. If Popo and Marcelius are getting real meaningful reps, that's their first year on the field. Damari starting from day one, that's his first year on the field. Guys like Jaden Harris and Markeith, this would be their first year starting. So they're even more developed, more experienced next year after they've seen it, after they've been into the fire, had the live bullets. Guys like Jacoby will have another year under his belt. He'll be the veteran in 25. JoJo, guys like that will have 2 years in the program to get bigger, stronger, faster. Ray, Robbie, Robert Stafford, all these guys that we didn't really see much this year. Next year, they're going to have their growing pains. They're going to make stupid plays on the field. They're going to make freshman mistakes because they weren't allowed to make freshman mistakes this year. Josh Horton going to jump off sides next year because you're going to have those pains, those growing pains. And then you come out on the other side. I think they come out on the other side in 25. I'm not saying it cannot happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe what's going to hold us back is our youth. And I think this year is the year where they're going to learn how to get it done and then come back the next year and get it done. This is their Army fatigues by an accident and riled up the other team year. You feel me? Okay. Then they come back and learn next year. It's about business. And then they put it all together. I think historically, look at national championship teams. Look at us historically. We had to put on the fatigues and lose to understand what it really takes to win. And I think you have to have those growing pains. And I think we're going to have some growing pains. I'm not saying we don't win 10 games. I'm not saying Cam Ward don't light it up and contend for the Heisman. But I think everything behind Cam Ward, the nucleus of this football team, is still way too young. And a lot of those guys that we're going to be relying on next year, it's their first year in the fire. So I think it's going to take them another year to develop. And then in 25, you have the maturity where that fruit that is the Miami Hurricanes is fully ripe and it's ready to go.
All right. So I'm going to push back on both points, right? So you mentioned youth, right? Youth. So obviously we will be dealing with the youth movement, right? I think everybody is kind of dealing with that on some level. But if you go through the roster and the transfers, right, that's coming in, at your starting quarterback, you have an experienced player, probably the best transfer portal quarterback that was out there. At your running back room,
the best.
Your running back room is young and experienced, right? You got AJ Allen, you got Parrish, you have Fletcher, who has experience. He's young, but he's experienced. And you got the young boys coming in behind them, but you still have another transfer coming in with experience. On the O-line, you still have Jalen Rivers, you have Inez Cooper, you have a young Maui Noah, but experienced. He played the whole year. You have a center who's experienced. Transfer center, we don't know what we're doing at the guard. Let's say we get a guard in the portal, right? That's an experienced O-line. At receiver, you have X, you have Jacoby George, 2 experienced receivers, and a young boy. Well, not a young. Isaiah Horton is experienced, but he hasn't played starter snaps, right?
And one of them need to grow up.
And then you got young boy. Right. Then you got young, but you have experience, right? The D line, a bunch of you have Mesidor, Ruben Bain, who's young but experienced. You have the 2 transfer tackles, right? You have young boys behind them, but up front, linebacker Kiko, Wes, experienced, young boys behind them. In the secondary, now that's where we get young, right?
Young.
We have transfers.
Mm-hmm.
Powell, Savion, and then young boys behind them, corners, experienced with young boys behind them, right? Go ahead.
So one thing I do want to point out, we do have guys that have gained experience on the field, but the experience up here is why I think it'll take another year. It's not business-like on the field right now. That's something that we don't talk about enough. There's a little bit too much of that playground going on.
There's a couple of people who do that, yes, but it's not the majority.
There's enough of them. There's too many of them.
Well, that's not the coaching. That's not the coaching staff.
That's an argument we do need to have, because we literally had this exact argument in the chat, right? We was like, in the group chat, we was like, Jimmy Johnson said, what you see is what I allow, right? So at some point, I'm DMing Cristobal like, you tell him stop snatching towels. You tell him to do it. But that's why I think so. When I say experience, I mean maturity as well. Not just I've adjusted to the speed of the game. It's the maturity, the accountability, the growth, the being 20 and not 17.
So when does this, because it seems like it can be a revolving door. When does this end? When do we keep saying, so we're saying in 25 all of this is going to end? In 25 everybody's mature now,
your nucleus, because when he started over, look how young this team was last year. The nucleus won't be developed and mature until 25 to me. I think that excludes Ruben Bain, right? Because Ruben Bain was ready. Josh Horton didn't play much this year. He's going to have to learn through the fire next year. When the question is posed, do we make the playoff next year? I'm looking at a lot of the guys who I think are going to be a core, a key piece of a key contributors that will be playing real minutes for the first time next year. Malik Bryant, Popo, Marcelius, Damari, Jaden Wayne, Jaden Harris, Markeith. The receivers did not rotate a lot. So these, even someone who has the experience in JUCO with Shamar Kirk still got to make freshman mistakes out there at the P5 level. Robbie, Ray, missing blocks, running the wrong routes. These things are going to happen just because it happens. And I think the young guys that are the nucleus of the team haven't been allowed to make those mistakes together. Caleb Spencer, these guys are going to be seeing the field for the first time next year. So I think it's a lot to ask a lot of the young guys to come together and go on that kind of run. Do I think it's possible? Hell yeah. But for my money, I do believe in 25 overall, what Cristobal has tried to build is ready. The transfers are the guys that's supposed to support the nucleus, but the nucleus is still very young.
So what's the point of getting Cam Ward this year?
Hey,
if you're not making a run, when you get the best free agent on the market,
yes,
you're making it's for a run. It's not just to get them
to win the ACC championship for sure. And I do think this team can win the ACC championship. But I also do understand if this team goes into the ACC championship next year and we maybe fall short because there's still some silliness.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you got that dude under center, You know what I'm saying? We did something special with our transfers gelling together. That don't always happen as fast, especially on the offensive line. Matt Lee was special. I'm not saying Carpenter isn't, but we haven't seen Carpenter in the building yet. I think we got lucky with how fast that offensive line gelled last year.
Yeah.
And I think, to your point, guys like Cooper will help it gel faster because he like, okay, this is what we did to get a outside guy up to speed last year. So Zach, this is what, you know what I'm saying? This is what we did for Lee, since when he came in, he ain't know that I always step to the left first by an accident. So I need you to know that now. I think that'll help. But I still think guys like Pancake, guys like Francis are still learning. We saw Francis go through some growing pains at some times last year. He was fantastic, but he wasn't perfect because he's still learning. So I just think that's why. But I do think Cam gives you a better shot. Look, when you got that dude under center that can create and that can make something out of nothing, he could easily turn a team that's a little too young to a little too young, but maybe that's why they get there, because they don't have the thing in the back of their head.
Facts.
Just for my money, maybe it's a little too old school thinking too. It could be that it's still me thinking you gotta build that thing.
More,
you know what I'm saying?
It's not 88 no more, man.
But for my money, if you
build,
look at the teams that have done it over the past couple years, even in this era, if you look at Michigan, they had to grow. They had to be the bridesmaid a few times.
That's the one.
They had to be the bridesmaid a few times. You look at a lot of these teams, bro. They had to learn how to win together. Saban didn't win his first one with a bunch of sophomores. You got to learn how to win together sometimes.
All right, let me get Anthony's question real quick before I get to Pope, man. Ben CB and Ben is not here. Ben is not here.
Yeah, he was here for a hot second. What was that?
I don't know what he's doing. He got to be involved. You know, he got to come in. You know what I mean?
Come on, Ben, come through.
CB and Polk, is there anybody in the portal at linebacker that you think we should bring in to be a veteran alongside Kiko? I like our young guys, but I would rather them develop.
Nah.
You think?
I think it's time. You got to put them guys on the field.
Yeah. Well, I think between Kiko, Wes, and then, you still got KJ. So,
yeah, I agree.
The linebacker room is good. We're straight.
Linebacker room is good. You got guys like Malik Bryant, guys like Popo, Marcelius. Them guys, they not. You can't keep them on the sideline for too long, man. You just, especially in today's day and age, you can't keep elite talent. Gone are the days where a 5-star gonna sit and wait for that 1 year. It's just not happening. So you and the body styles, like, them guys are ready.
Yeah, coming in at 6'5", 350. You know what I mean?
And again, if you bring in another senior to play in front of them, then when it's their time next year, we're delaying the growing pains. We are delaying it.
All right, Pope, what you got, man? Why are we going to make the playoff?
Cam Ward.
Simple as that, huh?
Simple as that.
The free agent, the Juan Soto.
I pulled out a scroll. He pulled out one of them them fortune cookie.
Yeah.
Cam
Ward. No, I mean, when was the last time we had somebody at quarterback to be able to do the things he's able to do? I think the closest was De'Aaron King. The closest. But I think Ward brings an element to the game that is going to make a lot of people better. He's going to be able to play behind an offensive line that he hasn't played behind before, which is going to in turn make him better. And what is that?
Somebody asked for some snacks.
Somebody asked for some snacks.
He asked for a snack.
No, I think he's the biggest difference maker. I mean, I know we have a young team, but kids that are coming into programs nowadays are so far ahead of where kids used to be coming into college that they are so much more prepared than they used to be. They've already got trainers. They've already got specialized coaching. They've, with how big the 7-on circuit has gotten, you got kids that have played against each other. They know kind of how these offenses run already. So, I mean, especially, I think for the young offensive players, I think they have the most difficult time out of the two, rather than if they were defense. I think offense is just because of the size of the playbook and, knowing stuff like that. I think that's harder for them there. But I don't know. I just think a guy like Cam Ward coming in with the amount of experience he brings, and I think the type of leadership he can bring, I think that's a lot of that is going to rub off on these younger guys, and especially with Restrepo coming back, with
That's big.
George coming back. These guys that have been there, they've done it. They know how things work. I think that speaks a lot to how prepared the young freshmen and sophomores are going to be coming into this next season.
All right. So my pushback to that. See, here's my concern. It's not the roster. We know talent acquisition is being built. We know that.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
No doubt.
the recruiting staff, the coaching staff are beasts.
Yes.
If you watch, you see the development, you see the improvement. The line of scrimmage has been huge. What you got to say, CB? What's up?
No, I'm just agreeing.
Oh, I was going to say, did we get a commitment? What's going on?
No.
We've
seen on-field development. We have seen it.
Right. We've seen it. The O-line is improved by leaps and bounds. The D-line, the linebacker. Oh, my God. Coach D-Nick. Boy, the linebacking core. The receivers, man. KB, Coach KB, man. The receivers. That improvement all across the board. I'm concerned with the offense, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm concerned with how the playmakers on offense are going to be used.
Are you really concerned with how the playmakers are going to be used schematically,
play personnel wise, play design, play calling? I'm concerned with it all on offense. If we have Ray, Cam Ward, Hellcat, CJ, all
Robbie.
These weapons, and if we see the same personnel on the field all the time, it's going to be a concern for me. I'm concerned that Cam Ward won't be able to boogie. He won't be let loose. I want to see 5 receivers.
I'm worried.
You know what I mean? Just different personnel, man. Attack the middle of the field. Get the tight end involved. You know, I'm concerned. That's my concern.
I'm gonna go back to kind of what I said on the last pod when it relates to that. We talked about why would Cam Ward come instead of the NFL. So, and the thing I brought up was a lot of trust has to be put into Coach Dawson and trying to get Cam Ward to that next step. Like he was talking about saying, I think I'm a day one quarterback. So I'm going to come to Miami, make those improvements I need to make to be that day one pick. So we had 99 on defense. And man, throwing out Madden ratings for our offense and defense.
I ain't say nothing about the ratings, Octavius, man. I ain't say nothing about the ratings. I'm talking
that. Hey, Octavius,
I'm talking about the coach. I'm talking about the,
Nah, if I had to give it a rating, I'd probably say we like a 98 on defense. Addition to Cam Ward, we probably like 85, 86.
Yeah, I'd put it in the 80s on offense.
Yeah.
I don't think we're 99 or 98 on defense simply because of the safeties. Yeah. I think that's a huge, I think the safeties are
maybe 90
in the 70s, 80s.
Even with the transfer?
Yes.
Additions?
Yes.
But you know how I feel about Markeith, though. So I can't, I'm biased. I feel like Markeith put you in the 92 alone.
Markeith would if he was 208.
And you know how I feel about that. You ain't got to be swole to be cold, Markeith. I believe in you, baby.
Listen, he coming down, bing, bing, bing. Nah, son. Can't do that, man. He's still my guy, but he just pinged.
You know who we didn't get to see? I think he'll do really well in the spring. Add to that defensive rating. I think Jaden Harris gonna surprise people.
I hope so.
I think Jaden Harris gonna surprise
my guy, man. I hope so.
He looked good anytime they gave him, the few reps they did give him. Big too.
I really do hope so because we were at the spring game last year and Jaden Harris looked good, and by all accounts, he was Cam Kitchen's shadow. You know, he stuck by Cam. He learned the ways, and when he had to come in for Cam, he was all right. You know, he did
I
his
think
thing.
people sleeping on the Elijah Austin
We
pickup
didn't
too.
mention that, and that's
Oh,
huge.
yeah,
That's huge.
that is.
Yeah, that young man is incredibly athletic. Rush in, linebacker. He can do a little bit of everything. I think that's a big pickup.
Yeah, he's nasty.
And CB, you mentioned the running back room is like what you say, socks. You can never have enough. Pass rushers are the same way.
Yeah,
You know,
and the
But
versatility
if
with
your
him
socks
too.
got holes in them, you need new ones. Just saying.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time, sir.
If your socks got holes in them, you're gonna need some new ones.
I told you I can get it under 8. I get it under 8. Off camera, I get you under 8.
Yeah.
I get you there.
Oh man.
Don't worry about that, Dennis. I got the DM for you. I got all 8 for you. But Joe, something I thought that you had brought up in the chat I thought was interesting. I know it's way too early, but the way too early defensive depth chart.
Yeah, we're gonna let's get into that. Let's get into it. We're
think
just gonna
that's
do defense tonight. We're just gonna do
very
defense.
interesting.
Okay, so let's set it off.
Where we start?
Give me the starting D line.
All right, so I'm gonna go Bain and Mesidor on the outside. Willing Mesidor is healthy. If it's not Mesidor, I'm going Jaden Wayne, but I think it's gonna be Bain and Mesidor on the outside. I think on the inside, we get Horton and Marley Cook as our 2 starters on the inside. What y'all think?
All right, you got anything different, Pope?
I don't know. I guess a lot of it hinders on Mezzi's injury and if he's ready or not. If not, I would put Alston there.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only difference?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the interior guys. I'll go with CB on that one.
So Ruben Bain definitely at an end. I think CJ Clark at 1 tackle.
Okay.
And Horton at the other tackle.
Okay.
And the end, man, I'm gonna say
that's gonna be a battle.
I'm gonna say Mezzi. I'm gonna say Najalik.
Oh, I forgot about the dog Najalik coming back.
Yeah, because that end opposite of Bain is gonna stand up probably. So I think Najalik. I'm gonna go Najalik there. But
on Lightfoot sneaking his way off.
Right, but on a D line, especially at that end, there's gonna be a lot of snaps to distribute. Yeah. People are gonna get a lot of snaps. So, okay, linebacker, okay, in the middle, I think it's a consensus, Kiko in the middle. But that other linebacker spot,
I think that's where Alston is. I think that's where you put Elijah. Because think about it. You remember how many times they bumped West down to come off the edge?
Yeah.
I think Alston has that versatility you need.
So
there.
KJ Cloyd, KJ.
Yeah,
Cloyd
yeah. And I think he'd fit that very well. We saw he's really good dropping back in coverage. Yeah, I think we'll see Elijah.
West is not.
I'm saying if it ain't West.
Nah. That boy moved them goalposts out of there. That boy,
that back pedal was strong. That back pedal was strong. That's that Dion back pedal, boy. That 5-star technique, boy. DVD taught me how to back pedal like that.
Backflip out here, boy.
Yeah, you know what? Kiko and Elijah. I'm going Kiko and Elijah Alston.
Okay. Who you got, Pope?
Yeah, I got Kiko and Wes on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree, man. I'm gonna say West until proven otherwise. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna go West, but that was a good point.
I'm gonna change that.
Okay.
Kiko and Popo.
You went all the way left, huh?
Yeah.
He gonna show out in the spring. Kiko and Popo.
Okay. All right.
All right, here we go now.
So who let's break it up a little bit. Who we got at nickel
or a star,
whatever you want to call it. Yeah, nickel.
Star,
okay. Whatever you want to call it.
That is the position to me that is going to be the most interesting.
That's going to be a battle.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something that might not be as popular.
I think I'm with you, but go ahead.
Y'all going to look at me and say, it's just because you like all of that. They your boys. Zaquan Patterson.
I think I'm with you.
Corey Couch, it's the same number 0. You know what I'm saying? We give him Couch's jersey. TC did a great job. We gonna give, I think, Dylan Day. I get 2025. See, this is what I'm saying. People like Dylan Day. I think one year in the program, you'll start seeing.
Why Zay don't need 1 year?
You seen that boy? You see that boy?
Why Zay don't need a year, man?
Hey, don't do that. You know I love Dylan Day. But yeah, I got Zaquan. I think what Zaquan gives you with the versatility coming off the edge blitzing, the ability to cover tight ends and backs out the backfield, slot receivers. But his versatility, his ability to still play free and still play strong if you need him to. I think that's why he's great for the nickel. That's why he's great for the star. Watch Corey Couch last year. Watch Zaquan Patterson, and don't tell me that's not perfect. Give Zaquan, if he earns it. But for me, I'm going with Zaquan. Which I got.
Poke, what you got, man, at the star, man?
I don't know. I think Powell
was a good shout.
The transfer from Washington. I think Powell would fit nicely there. I like Zay back as an actual true safety. That's just
you like him at free as the deep. You like him at free?
Yeah.
Deep safety, yeah. Okay.
I can't hate that either because he nasty in the back end.
Yeah, that's a good. I think I'm with you, Poke, on that, man. I think Powell at the star. To start, you know what I mean? While Zay and Dylan Dan, the young boys,
and Caleb
come
Spencer
in and get reps, Yeah, I think Powell. Who'd you say?
And Caleb Spencer.
Don't sleep about
Caleb.
No, I think Caleb Spencer moves in the box. And I think
you think he moving down?
Linebacker, man. Yeah, that boy.
He's large.
Oh, he big.
Yeah, he's big.
That boy is special.
I saw him doing M drills with Guidry in the spring. I was like, why Guidry out there with the defensive ends? Why is the defensive ends doing safety drills? Yeah, Caleb big, but I think that's why they want him training with the safeties, is because if he plays that linebacker spot, that star spot, he's still got the versatility to play in the back end. Don't sleep on Cameron Pruitt at that star spot too. 2025.
Yeah.
I just want to clear something up. KJ is going to the draft, by the way.
KJ going. Yeah,
we had mentioned him being a linebacker, but yeah, he did declare.
All right. So free and strong.
We going there before we go outside?
Free and strong. We starting up the middle, baby.
All right.
Free and strong. Who you got at free? Let's say free. Deep set free safety.
At free, I got Jaden Harris at free, and I got Savion Riley at the strong. I got Jaden Harris and Savion Riley. Okay. Either my heart wants to say Jaden Harris and Markeith, but my mind says they didn't bring in Savion Riley to drink Gatorade.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? They didn't bring that dude in for nothing. So I'm gonna say Jaden Harris and Savion Riley, but my heart want to say Jaden Harris and Markeith Williams.
Okay.
No, I'd have to agree with you on that one. Yeah, I'd like Harris at free and then Savion at strong.
So my fault. I haven't watched Savion Riley like that. So I really don't know. I watched him real quick when I saw the commitment, but I haven't watched him. So I'm not even sure if his measure, like how What's his measurables?
6'2", 202.
That's a good size right there, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nice with it.
So, all right, I definitely have Jaden Harris in one of those spots. And I guess I have to agree, man, because Xavier
And
Riley has
look at our chat.
the experience in the SEC, and you know, he's not here to play games, you know. So yeah, I'll have to agree with you. Outside, is it other than
Why you highlight that?
Mr. Brown and DP?
Why you highlight that?
Well, he's not lying. He is too light.
Hey, when Marquise started hitting people like Clowney on that famous hit, I want apologies in my DMs. I want personal apologies. I want them to be video recorded.
Well, if it ever happens, you'll get one.
Yeah. All right. So on the outside, we got DP2 and Mr. Brown. Is that the consensus?
Yep.
Nothing to discuss there.
Who? I mean,
nothing.
Jadis Richard is another possibility in the system for another year. He's long. He's got crazy length. Robert Stafford obviously going to get more reps in the spring. I'm really excited to see Robert Stafford. I want to bring him up here in a second when we talk about something else that has to do with the defense. But yeah, Damari Brown and DP2. I mean, to me, DP2 is, if not the best, one of the best corners in the ACC last year. Didn't get the recognition he deserved. And I think Damari he's everything you look for in a prototypical corner.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I think we agree. Okay. Too
Punt
early.
Returner.
Obviously, listen, things will change after spring with departures, with arrivals,
with additions.
Things will change in August, you know. So obviously, when we get closer to the season, we'll do a more solid depth chart, because Coach Cristobal won't tell us shit, won't tell anybody. Nobody gonna know the depth chart until kickoff. So you know what I mean.
Who you think punt returns?
I think Ray's got it right now.
Yeah, Ray.
I would love to see Stafford.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Robert Stafford, I think people need to go watch them highlights, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's nasty.
Yeah.
I think it's a good way just to get the ball in the guys like Ray's hands, though. You know what I'm saying? Get them involved, get Robbie involved, get CJ
people
involved.
saying Nikar punt return.
Oh yeah. I want to see the young guys get loose in the return game.
Chris Johnson.
I want to see Chris. I want to see Nikar. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Hellcat.
You know how important punt returning is, though.
Yeah, you gotta have the sure hands first.
Son. Yeah, you gotta have.
And that's why Robert Stafford's so good. Robert Stafford's a former receiver. JoJo as a returner, he don't got the breakaway speed. He's got the footwork. He quick. He can make you miss in a phone booth. He can make you look stupid now. But when I think punt returner, I'm thinking someone that if there is a crease, he can hit that thing and be gone, or at least get me a fast 15. Punt returning is not always about getting me 30, but get me 10 if it's there, and it's only going to be there for a split second.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think you put the guys with that kind of vision like that is for kick return, where things can be a little slower. Punt return, I need you to find the crease as fast as possible and get in it.
Yes.
I don't want to see X punt returning this year. Mario?
No.
Figure it out. I don't want to see X punt returning no more, man. I know he got the surest of hands, but Robbie got hands. Put Robbie back there.
All right, quick break.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Yo,
CB said.
Quit right.
Gotta take a break, dog. Gotta take a break.
This is what we do now on this show. We just in Joe's defense, if you don't just go to that thing, I'm gonna talk forever. You might as well just go ahead and go.
Quick break.
Yeah, you might as well go because I'm gonna keep Caneswear though. Get all your merch.
Caneswear.
You know what I'm saying?
Hot.
That's where I got this from. Dom
see it?
Life. You know. Do I have any
You
more?
know what it is?
Merch around?
Yeah,
You
man,
get
I'll
cool
be
stuff
down
like
there.
mouse and all that cool stuff.
Facts. Listen, we got 126 in this thing, man. We appreciate you guys, man. Check out the website, please. www.youheardpodcast.com, man. We got merch on the site. We got our YouTube episodes up. We got bios. You know what I mean? We got
read the bios, man.
Yeah, we got a couple articles. You could tell which bios were written by Chat CPT. And then you can tell
He ain't even here to defend himself.
You can tell the authentic bio. You know what I mean?
Joe is trash.
If you see somebody was dating like Alyssa Milano or something, man, you know that's Chat CPT, man. You know what I mean?
AI wrote my bio. My bio says I was a 5-star recruit.
Facts, you know what I mean? I had 317 offers, you know what I mean? The NFL was looking at me straight out of high school. You know?
I would have made the league.
Yeah.
I would have made the league.
Yeah.
I would have made the league, but you know what I'm saying? There was other things in my life that I had to take care of first.
Things
you know
happen, right?
I caught a Charlie horse.
I ran a 2.35 fresh. Yeah, facts.
Nick Saban was about to offer me, but I caught a horse. I caught a Charlie horse when he was there. He thought it was an injury, so he was like, "Man, I was about to offer that kid until I realized he blew his knee out." So I was like this close to, you know what I'm saying, being Derrick Henry. He said I was going to win the Heisman and everything, but I was going to play quarterback.
Rocky, what you talk about? What Flo gonna get mad at me for, man? That's my guy, man. What Flo gonna get mad at you for?
Flo said I looked like a superhero the other day on the.
Yeah, Rocky, I got it. I got it up, man. Bills up.
10
Chiefs 2.
He got to win this.
Yeah, so everybody got the Bills, right?
Hey, FanDuel said if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, Taylor Swift should get a ring.
Oh yeah, look, Hoodie Girl gonna be on Flo's show tonight at 9. Check it out. Yeah, Flo goes live at 9. So if you're still awake, you know, check it out because I might not be. You know what I mean? I might be asleep. I have to catch rewatch.
Us old folks need our rest.
Yeah, man. We gotta get up in the morning, man.
Speaking of, I'll be on Cafecito and Canes tomorrow night, so y'all check out Cafecito. I'll be on there chopping it up with John. Very sophisticated type of conversation with John.
No doubt, no doubt.
I won't be on Flow. I'm not cool enough to be on Flow. You know, they don't, you know. I'm not famous enough yet.
Stop playing.
I talk too much. Flo, cut me off. I talk way too much.
Yeah.
Flo gonna just remove me from the chat and just his internet.
I'm trying to get in the gym so I could look like Polk by the time you see me in the spring. You know, I want to stand by Polk and you know what I mean? Spread.
I actively avoid gyms, but I drive by them and I stare at them to get a good mental workout.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Squint my eyes so that my eyes get strong, but you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. All right, man. Listen, we appreciate everybody that joined us tonight, man. It's on, you know what I mean? It's on. We the home stretch is coming. Hopefully we add 1 or 2 more people. Because you know there was people on campus that nobody knows about. You already know how they do things. You know what I mean? So
big day coming next weekend too, junior day on campus.
Ooh, that's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be a huge day.
Gonna
Battle
be
Miami,
crazy.
same weekend, so it's gonna be awesome. I
Yes.
might be going up to Dallas for the 7-on-7 tournament soon, so I'll let everybody know about all that.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be a huge weekend in recruiting from Miami. Getting about 60 recruits down there.
Relax, hoodie. Hoodie, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that, hoodie. They deserve the bat signal too, dog. Don't do that.
Everybody get a bat signal. Everybody get full excitement. I'm gonna give everybody.
You get a bat signal. You get a bat signal. Everybody
Look,
gets
man, if they about to be Canes, I'm finna treat them boys like they the number one recruit in the class every time. Every time. We maybe we could have a different bat signal though. You know what I'm saying? Different graphic. You know, maybe the painting is for recruits, and then maybe we have a different one, something just to let people know. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole night of the Jeremiah Smith thing, bat signal went out. My DMs got flooded with very angry people behind that shit.
No need to.
But yeah, I think it's dope. I think even for the PWOs, you know what I'm saying, it's still them accomplishing a dream, especially the ones coming out of high school. As someone that had that dream, I would have wanted to be celebrated the same way. So I celebrate.
Same.
Give me one 2025 you want. Just one. One 2025.
I'll let y'all go first.
The number one receiver in the class, whoever it is.
Jamie French.
Whoever that mom had.
Jamie French.
French, he's probably that guy. For me, DJ Pickett, number one on my board. DJ Pickett changes the game. Who you got, CB?
Hilton Drake Stubbs, 4-star safety from Mandarin.
Okay.
I'm going to force people to watch that interview. I will repost it every week until y'all watch it. That is probably one of my favorite, if not favorite, recruits in the 25 class. Big, physical, long, lengthy, athletic, balled in the playoffs when it mattered. I think Drake Stubbs is
a Plaz teammate.
Yes.
So is Jamie French.
So is French.
Jamie French.
So is French. Yes. So is French.
So hopefully that's in the works. Hopefully that's shaking.
Yeah, they just went to the school. I think it was Friday.
Yep.
Friday. Coach Nicholson went to see him. They went because Georgia flew in to see the boy. So I know Mario was like, y'all get y'all ass down there after Kirby flew in. So they went and saw him. Coaches are on the road again, going to see recruits. But yeah, Hilton Drake Stubbs for me, man. I think he's the truth.
All right. Dope, man. Appreciate you boys. Hey, everybody, you guys have a good night, man. It's all about that. We'll be back Wednesday, man. Ben will be back.
And subscribe. If you're here right now, like, subscribe now.
Thank y'all.